Yeah, we have to be careful being around people that we don't allow to hold us accountable. A lot of people have said to me, you know, well, I can't tell you anything because you're grown and all this. I'm like, no. I'm like, if there's something that you see that I'm doing that's out of pocket, I give you permission to tell me. I'm not one of them people that's gonna be like, oh, you can't tell me nothing. I do what it is I won't know. I'll consider what they're saying. You know what I'm saying? I'll ponder it. And if it's not something that's conducive to my betterment and my well-being and my growth, then it's like, I'm gonna take it with a grain of salt. But I would never, have people in my life that's just gonna consistently amen me. That's gonna consistently say, not let me know when I've been out of pocket. All right, I got a phone call and I don't even remember what I was talking about. But basically what God was showing me is that when we surround ourselves with people that don't hold us accountable, we have to be mindful that those people probably have a demonic assignment to try to keep us stuck in that energy that's not going to grow us. When you don't get held accountable for the things that you do, there's no growth in that. How can you grow when you don't look at the things that you need to work on for your betterment? And so then you'll have people around you that's like, yeah, you in the right, yeah, be a deadbeat parent. Yeah, you should, man, please, can't nobody tell you to be faithful to your significant other. Who are they? You grown, you do whatever you want. That's a demonic assignment. And that person is keeping that other person stuck. Because the thing is this. When it comes to demonic assignments, they have an obligation. Or they're going to get dealt with. So if they don't complete that obligation to keep a person stuck, if they can't deliver what they owe, they could have been told, they could have got a raise on their job, and in turn they gotta give up somebody. They gotta give up, a situation from somebody else to those lower vibrational realms to pay off what they owe, or else it's going to be them that have to pay it. I posted on my page about the Princess and the Frog and how he couldn't deliver what he promised, those demonic energies that he was going to give, so they took him instead. So yeah. So when we surround ourselves with people that's going to enable us, who's going to encourage us to cheat on our spouses and encourage us not to do right by our kids and encourage us to be deadbeat people, that's because they have an obligation to those demonic energies to keep that person stuck. So that person can then be in debt to those demonic energies as well. So when they say birds of a feather flock together, when you see a bunch of deadbeat people running around with each other, yeah, all of them are on the same hamster wheel. They're not going to have people holding them accountable and stuff like that, because they are exactly where those demonic energies want them to be, doing what those demonic energies require them to do, so they can continue to feed that negative energy. Because look, if you have a deadbeat parent who's not pouring into their kid, who's not doing right by their kid, I'm not going to play with my son's guinea pig. He stay begging me for food. See, he's fussing at me. I don't know if y'all can hear him. He knows that the camera is on him. You hear him? He knows when the camera is on him, then he stops performing. Demons don't love you. That's the bottom line of it. The devil would never love you. These demons would never love you. They just need to harvest what it is that you have. Unhealed people, they love it. They love an unhealed person that's going to bleed all over people that never did anything to them. They love that stuff. They're hoping that the people that are getting bled on can then hurt, feel contaminated and not grow and evolve. Like, it's a whole cycle here. You're around a person who doesn't ever want to be held accountable for the things that they do, that is a very dangerous person. You better stay away from them, because I guarantee you they have demonic energies attached to them, and they will not hesitate to throw you under the bus when given the opportunity, serve you up as a sacrifice when given the opportunity. So just be very careful of who you surround yourself with.